really watching the game. I just want to watch it for you know who, you know who. I just want to see Ursher. I just want to see Ursher.
Yeah.
Even the white guy. No offense to anybody, but even the white guy who was sitting next to me, he was like, man, he's like, I don't really want to watch the game, but my
Mm.
wife keeps asking me, and he's like, I know the only reason why she wants to see it is because Ursher is, and he said it just like that, is because Ursher is actually doing it. And
Ursher, baby.
I was like, first off,
It's
thank you for
Usher.
saying his name right. Thank you for getting it right. I appreciate that. Secondly, yeah, I feel bad for you, son. Like having your own wife in the middle of
Hey,
the screen.
you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of that episode of the Boondocks.
But I knew you was gonna say that. I knew you was gonna say that.
When Tom got his girl snatched from Usher by
Snatched
Usher.
up. All she was doing was trying to get an autograph for her daughter.
You a Tom?
Lies,
You
lies,
gonna let Usher?
lies, bro. She was trying to get an autograph for her baby. She was trying to find a new baby daddy. That's what she was trying to do.
Uh-huh. Yep. Usher, baby.
That boy tripping. Um, real quickly here, let me see what y'all saying because we haven't even started with the icebreaker. Let me see what y'all saying. Um, sandpaper the button. You funny. Playing Shin Megami Tensei. Oh, Andre already knew what we was about to talk about, so he's already there.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Samuel Jackson, hit that like button. Do you
Hit
think
that,
this is a game? I'm
hit
tired
that
of all
mother
y'all gamers.
loving.
Right. All y'all gamers in my comment section not hitting the like button. Um, Taylor Swift ball, yeah, yeah. Jay said go
That's pretty
Chiefs.
much it is.
hmm
Yeah.
I don't like rematches. I think that's the other reason why I don't. I mean, like especially, I feel like that's a dry rematch. Like it's not like the Lakers versus. I just spilled that everywhere. It's not like the Lakers versus Miami or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you got the two driest NBA teams that you could think of right now, Utah and dang, who Utah and Indiana. Like that's don't nobody want to see that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's no,
I
it
mean,
can't be. It
well,
can't be that because one of the teams
yeah.
has to be a champion team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's like who was the champions last year?
uh, um, Chiefs.
The Chiefs. No, I'm at for NBA.
Oh, you talking about NBA?
It was the Nuggets, right?
Dallas. Was it Nuggets?
Yeah, with
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So it's like the Nuggets versus I can't be the Pistons because that's an underdog team. It has to be like a
Mm.
in the middle of the pack team that really didn't really have like a big impact. Not saying that.
The
Not saying that the
Sixers,
40. Yeah, like the Sixers. You know what I'm saying? Like
the Hawks.
yeah, like somebody like that. Like nah, I don't want to watch that. Nah, I'll pass on that. Um, so getting into it. First off, we are in the second week of February, but I did not say this last week. But happy Black History Month. Um, yeah,
Hold
definitely
on,
wanted
wrong,
to throw
wrong.
that. Um,
Mm-hmm. Do all that. Them Black Panthers, Wakanda. Oh snap,
right, right.
Wakanda. Who else? What else? What else we got in Black History Month? We do some signs and stuff. Like I gotta think of all the Black history. I gotta think of all the black signs we be doing, man. We coming up with stuff. We the only uh culture that makes slang out of any of our languages or
Anything? Yeah.
anything, and we make something out of like just the weirdest stuff. We like we the only
True.
ones to do that.
Andre said Usher is a goon. You funny.
Usher is
Um,
a goon, man. He didn't took Kiki Palmer and all that.
yeah, he a snatcher. Um, so in light of our Black History Month,
Hey, remember that? Remember that rumor where they said Usher was messing around with that big girl and gave her herpes?
oh my gosh. I remember. Do you remember this? Do you remember when, in order to sell, not sell, but like get numbers on his song, he went on to some live, some talk show thing, and he
Uh-huh.
was talking about how him and Chili were going through it, and his
Mm.
song was like was confessing like all the stuff that he did, and the
Yeah.
song was called Confessions.
Uh-huh.
I remember when that came out, and he was like, "Yeah," and like it drove, like it came and drove. Everybody was trying to watch Confessions. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
what
Confession was
did
the
this
biggest his biggest
man
album.
do?
Then
Like,
he had part two with it. He had
yep,
Let It Burn. That whole
yep,
album, like it was a classic, but it was a classic because he felt he needed to,
yeah.
confess.
He knew what he was doing. He knew what he
Plus,
was doing.
there was a son on the way. There was a child on the way. That's the reason
Yeah,
why that
you know,
happened.
they had the, he had, and I got a one, I got one on the way. Yeah,
You
excuse me,
playing
y'all.
right? Dang, I know you playing right.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I'm gonna call you back. I'm gonna call you back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Um,
Speaking of Usher, wow.
he said there's something that actually happened with Jermaine Dupri. That's Jermaine Dupri. That's crazy. If y'all see me
Mm,
leaning to the side, it's because I'm eating. I have to eat my dinner. Like I made it, and it was last minute. Fish,
mm,
um, Southern style chicken, and some rice, brown rice, because I gotta be somewhat healthy. Um, so in light of Black History Month, um, there is a man that we should all know. His name is Jerry Lawson. He is responsible for uh, not inventing video games, but he is the one who is responsible for making the cartridges. If you remember back in the day, back in the Atari times, the brown rice because Black History Month. The brown rice because I'm being healthy, but yeah, Black History Month too. Got to have the brown rice to balance out the Southern style, right? Y'all so funny, man. Eating this for beta, man. You so silly. um, he's the guy who, if you know before the Ataris and like all the consoles before then, the games were on the system. Um, and so he was the one who invented the cartridges and doing the whole slot thing so that you could pull out the game, put in another game and stuff like that. Unfortunately, he didn't get credit. I think partially due because he took some of the equipment from Atari because that's where he was working. Took some of the equipment from Atari, and when they found out about it, they janked all his stuff, grabbed everything,
mm.
and used his own notes and everything to create their own device. So he gets uh, no kind of FaceTime or any recognition. He was living out in Silicon Valley and everything. So yeah, crazy. But shout outs to him. I just wanted to throw that out. If you want to know more about him, he's actually in and they've been actually talking about him a lot more recently, which is cool. But he's on a Netflix um series about video games. I think it's somewhere in there. He said shout out to the dude who created the Super Soaker as well. Yeah, shout outs to him. They basically took it because he was working secretly on something that ended up helping. Yeah, that's basically why they took it.
Mm.
He didn't get no money for it or anything. And his kids in that show like really kind of go into detail about it, and they even talk about it into detail on the show too. So I think that's really cool. Um, so moving forward, let's move right into the icebreaker. What you been playing lately? Because I actually got some stuff. Um, Sparty Nation. What you been
Huh.
playing lately?
Oh, okay. So yeah. So I've been playing. Uh, my bad. I'm looking at this. Anyway, Tekken. I've been playing Tekken still. Messing around with that. Still messing around with some of my backlogged games or whatever like that. So I finished Midnight Suns. I'm working on Power World a little bit. And just because Power World just had me excited, I literally thought about picking up Scarlet and Violet again because I did not get my the season the you know
Right.
the
The deal.
DLC the DLC yet. So I still got to get that going. So I'm actually I might pick that up when I get off of here or whatever. I might go ahead and get that DLC just so I can have it already. So when I'm ready to play it, you know what I mean. But other than that, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Um. Make sure you guys type in the comment section what you've been playing lately, because I wanna know what you guys have been playing. Jay said today and yesterday I started Duke Nukem 3D again and some more Res 6. Um, I think the only Duke Nukem I played was Duke Nukem 64. So I don't even know. And I love that game. That game was actually a gem. I wish they would put it out for online, but I know that's never gonna happen. Um, but yeah, that game is awesome. I don't know how 3D is, so you gotta let me know how 3D is. For me, I finally finished Star Wars. 110 or 115 hours. I finally decided that game needed to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Because basically after a while, all I was doing was just hunting down the cosmetic stuff. So it really wasn't that serious to me at that point.
Yeah.
That last battle, um, it played out kind of like how I thought it was going to. But with that being said, where they're heading in the next direction of this next one, man, I really hope that, not giving anything away, but I really hope that he 93 hours. So I was just shy of 100 hours. I really hope that he is like Jedi Master level by the third one, because like we got like kind of like Padawan level and Fallen Order. Um, yeah, I would say he was a Padawan, right? You would say he was a
Who?
Padawan, right?
Who?
Cal, like
In Fallen Order?
yeah, in the first one,
Mm, he was until what's the name knighted him.
yeah, okay,
So he got
right,
knighted
right.
in the game. So yeah.
And then in Survivor, he's like a seasoned Jedi at that point. He had that Luke Skywalker glaze, like I'm in the Force look. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nothing really bothers me.
Wisdom.
Uh,
He been through life. He's the
yeah,
grown look. The grown look. That's what I
yeah.
saw it.
But and then I think that like by this next one, I think he should be. I would like for him to be at like master level, especially with how much stronger his force moves were in Survivor.
Yeah.
Um, Let me see here. Before I say my next thing, let's see. Oh man, y'all went really fast. Triple M said Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the vanilla version. And that's okay. I'm assuming that's like Wii U without the DLC or without Switch Online. Um, Levon said, been playing Doom Eternal on Switch. I love that. That was one of the first like third party games that I got, and that game was smooth. I hadn't even played the PS4 version. I wouldn't even care to play it because I like that one so much. Um, Andre said you need to play Duke Nukem Zero Hour. Okay, okay. So then I'll play that. I love Duke Nukem because of his tropes. Hail to the king, baby. I think Duke Nukem 64 is 3. Oh, okay. Okay, if it is, then yeah, I love that game. That game is amazing, especially during a time where like Doom was like really on the scene like that, and they kind of have that similar like 2D mapped out 3D like style. I love that. Brand Smith said, "Got my physical copy of Prince of Persia. That's what's up. Let's go.
Mm.
Lost Crown yesterday. Been playing all day. I can imagine that's a banger. If it's so hard because I don't know how many like games I'm gonna actually pick up this year. I know that when we'll get to it further down the road. I know there's a game that I know that is coming up that I'm gonna pick up that I will play for you guys that I know nobody else is gonna pick up. But um,
What is it?
we'll get to that. We'll get to that. B Foster. Brendan said, "Man, I'm lame. I'm still on Hogwarts Legacy, but I did play some NCC4 with my neighbor the other week. 007 Mario Kart, both classics. And you're not lame for still playing Hogwarts Legacy because I'm still doing the same. So don't feel like don't, especially with that game. That's pure nostalgia. You could play, you could pick up that game in like 5 years and still be like, I'm in it. You know, I'm in here." Trinell said still playing through Golden Sun, which you were doing last week as well. About to finish up the Golden Sun Dark Age. I still haven't gotten around to it, but because I beat Star Wars, I will make it a priority to make that my next game to actually pick up. Jay said I never played it on NCC4, but I think it is okay. Fair. FL21, what's up, man? How you doing? He snuck in here. He's Bloodstain post game content. Okay. Wow. JJBA ASBR. I have no clue what that is. You're gonna have to break that one down for me. Clone of Fantasy Revere series. Okay. Doom 2. Okay. And Tears of the Kingdom. You playing a lot, man. You sound like me. Like you got a few games lined up, and you don't plan on beating none of them anytime soon. Because they're that good. That's respect, though. I say that in the most respectful way. Ipsters, what's good, bro? They're just coming on in, man, flooding in. That's what's up. Yeah, Doom 64 is a port 3D. Okay, now that we got that settled, have Doom games on Switch. Finish Alan Wake 2. Dark Voice said it's a great game. I know Rob has been hailing that game for a while. Has been talking about how great it is. Oh,
that's
JoJo's
my backlog right there.
Okay, I got you. That's a lot of, what is that, acronyms? That's a lot of those letters for that game. But did I miss much? No, you did not. You actually missed nothing. We are still on the icebreaker. So I asked the usual question. I haven't gone out into left field asking something crazy yet. That'll probably be next week. It's not crazy, but it'll be different next week. But yeah, what are you playing lately? What have you been playing? So I talked about Survivor, just beat that. Trinell said we just started. Okay, yeah, he's informing him. I beat Survivor. I'm happy with the way the game ended. I'm really excited for whatever they do next for that game. And then still been playing a lot of Diablo. My Necromancer is absolutely absurd. There should be no reason why this character, who is based on having minions follow them all the time, is absurdly strong without them. But that's how they've made the game. They've made the game so that you can literally be whatever kind of or type of character that you want to be within the game. And play your style your way. And so mine, the blood moves and the death moves, this woman is reincarnation of death. She is dope. Been getting back into Forspoken. I got back into Forspoken, and I finally decided that I was going to go ahead and do the just finish off the game too, because I feel like that's coming to a time where it needs to end. I'm not doing anything. Before then, I wasn't really doing anything except for upgrading all the, the abilities. You go to the thing. So I was going to try and upgrade as many as I can or all of them, and then I think it just got to a point where it was just like, what am I really doing this for when I don't use even half of these? I don't use Olaf is the electric one. What is her name? Something with a P. Previ? Prav is the water one, and I use next to none of those moves. Maybe the wave or whatever, or you engulf them in the water ball, or even the poison move. But outside of that, and that's very seldom. I'll use those. Outside of that, I don't use her moves at all. So I'm like, why would I waste my time and upgrade all these moves?
I used to just kind of rotate through all of them, because there is certain ones that you have to use. You know what I'm saying? Certain abilities and stuff. But I naturally would go through I think I was more of a long range fighter with her.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll use a lot of power attack. So the water ability that would be more of my your long range. Like you
Yeah,
can definitely
with the
yeah
arrows coming down.
yeah. I'll
Yeah.
long range to mess out of people with that one. I believe the green ones, the green powers, and of course Homegirl's original powers. Like all of
Oh, the
those are
rocks. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
all of those are great for like long range. So like when it
Mm-hmm.
came down to like those bigger, like those big joints that you had to, you know what I'm saying, fight or whatever, the ones that kind of get a little difficult with them or
Yeah.
whatever. Those ones like I would use those long range and it would like it helps out tremendously with them because like you can do close range with them, but
Mm-hmm.
you'll be quicker to die that way. But
Yeah. That's so funny because I'm the exact opposite. I like getting my hands dirty. So I use the fire and the electric, like
yeah,
those
yeah.
and like with the fire, I only stick to the spear.
Mm,
So like throwing it, and if it's close to a group, it spikes out,
yeah,
when
yeah.
you hit them.
Mm.
Or the like, I always think of Black Clover, the captain. She's not a captain. I think she's like the second captain or something like that of the fire team. The lady who's just like all extra try. I'm sure one of you guys know her name.
She's like what's her? I forgot her name too, but no, she's not really. Well, she's kind of captain, but she's like a substitute captain. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
weird.
like
Yeah,
second in
yeah.
command type of
Yeah,
deal.
cause her brother he's the actual
He's the
captain.
captain. Yeah, yeah. So like when you jump up and you use the like instead of throwing the spear, if you jump and press the throw, like she
Hmm.
jumps up and smashes the ground and they all spike out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like I like
yeah,
getting a group of people with that.
yeah,
Um, and then with the electric is the electric. Like you do that zip around thing real quick.
yeah,
Like you
yeah,
could do that as many times as you have little diamond things. It's just, finish them off with the storm.
yeah,
With the aurora. Ah, you
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like
yeah.
that's it right there. But so yeah, I've been getting to the end of that. I just figured
Mm,
I should just go ahead and beat that, and then if I want to mess with the DLC, I will. The DLC, I think, not even playing it or have played it, but I already looked it up. The biggest negative thing is that you can't take the light and the dark powers with you into the regular game, and I think that's a huge miss. Um,
mm.
I know it's for like okay, but there's a story here, so like you having those powers on top of like powers that you're not supposed to have really
Mm.
kind of breaks the game. But I'm still like so. Um, but yeah, it's a good game. So right now I'm stuck with Tears of the Kingdom, Hogwarts Legacy, and Starfield, and I've really gotten back into Starfield.
Mm.
Let's see here. Let's see. Ipster says I've been trying the Skull and Bones game. That is actually the game that I was going to talk about.
Mm.
Skull and Bones beta, and it's all right. It's really just Booty Creed, Black Flag without hand to hand combat. 4 hours just flew by. Yeah, I figured that's what it was going to be like, but I never actually got a chance to play Black Flag. So, and I know Vito did. So it's one of those. It's one of those. Let me jump on
Wait, you
and
never
see.
played Black Flag and that had
No,
the
I stopped at 3.
mm.
I stopped at 3 and didn't jump back
That's
in
right
until
because
Valhalla.
like you like they had the naval they introduced the naval combat in
In
3
3, yeah,
and
yeah,
then they expanded even more during 4.
yep,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah, that's right.
And I think those were actually really fun.
Mm.
So and that's why I'm kind of mad that I missed out on Black Flag. So yeah, this is like my opportunity to jump back in. I know there's a lot of people who are like, nah, G, I'm not jumping into this. Like y'all done made me wait way too long, and I'm iffy about it. But I'm gonna be optimistic. This is my forespoken for this year. That's basically what it comes down to. This is my forespoken for this year. Let's see. Trinell said, just warning you, now Sandstorm, the opening of Golden Sun is Nintendo Ninja Silence me for spoiling the game. You're funny. I'll okay. I've always been interested to try Golden Sun. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely get a shot. I may even play it tonight, to be honest with you. I don't know if I want to sit in front of my computer screen another day. As much as I love the screen. So yeah, that's basically all I've been playing. Make sure you guys put if you just hopped in, make sure you put in the comment section what you've been playing. And I'll still shout it out because I definitely want to see what you guys have been playing, and maybe there's something in there that I may need to pick up, a hidden gem. I will say this on the side. Steam is really trying me. Like Steam is really, really trying me. Look, my money
What's
is
that?
already tight. My money is already tight. I know my money is going to Skull and Bones. However, Armored Core 6 is on sale just for this weekend for $41 instead of 60. And I'm like, man, y'all playing me right now.
Yeah.
Like, I want that game. And I'm like, everything in me is just like, it's gonna drop just a little bit more. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. It's gonna drop a little more. So
Yeah, I'll wait. I'll wait another month.
yeah, I'll hold on. I'm just glad, Vito. I'm glad you have it. You can play it, and then that way you can give me the little tidbits on how you feel about the game and where it's going and patches and everything. So I am being tested. I don't like being tested like that. Like you could put your money on this on something you don't know about, or you can get a little discount on something you want to play. Like the little what is that? The Shining with the two little girls.
Oh yeah.
Come play with us, Sandstorm. Come get this Armored Core, Sandstorm. Nah, I can't do it. Oh, hi, little creepy, like a Ready Player. Oh, hi, little creepy girls. Can you show me which way to the Skull and Bones? Come play Armored Core with us, Sandstorm. Yeah. It is that low, Trinell. It is that low. So real quick, before we get into our main topic, there is, speaking of Armor Core, I love how this just like tied into that. That's dope. We have a trailer that I wanted to show you guys, and I will make sure that it is not in widescreen.
That was crazy. That was crazy. I was like, dude. I was like, why would you do that on the one that we want to see up close?
Like, man, you got me messed up. So we're gonna check this out. Ipsy said when the Lollipop Chainsaw remake coming out. Oh, yeah, we'll see when that happens. So here is, and let me change it already before I start it. So I gotta put it on full screen. All right, y'all good? Good for the full screen?
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. This one's called Mecha Break. I just seen this today. Widescreen for the wide body shot. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Only I get to see those. Y'all see the regular view. Extra small. All right, so here we go.
Switching to phase 2. All units, enter Capcom 1.
Pilot proceeding on board. Synchronization active. Injecting CIC particle. Launch control is all yours. Target acquired. Engage target. PlayStation
All right.
That was dope. That was dope. But at the same time, I'm like, was that a DLC to Armor Core? Or I was like, I didn't know what was
Right.
going on.
Right. I seen that and I was like, yo, are we like this is a mashup of like Armor Core meets Gundam meets Robotech. They transform in. I'm like,
yeah.
oh, okay. Like it's fast paced and everything. Yeah. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that almost threw me off there for a minute, man. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, oh, we got DLC now. I thought we was going up to the next level on Armor Core. So I'm like, oh snap, okay. Because I mean, even the background, like watching that little bit of gameplay, kind of reminds me like how Armor Core set up. It kind of looked like that for a minute. So I was like, yeah, okay, we got the nice little DLC. I was like, but I don't remember having the girl at the. I was like, wait a minute. Now we get to have the, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah,
That was dope.
That's crazy. That definitely caught my interest, man.
Yeah.
It looks like you can, do the whole multiple teams and stuff like that. Yeah, that first scene where they kind of show like the mech in the little station or whatever, and it had like the little red and blue. I was like, is this gotta be Gundam? Like, you can't make no Gundam not look like a, you know what I'm saying? Like he was all Gundammed up.
Yeah, like his feet. I was looking at his feet. I was like, is that Gundam feet? Like,
But yeah, I think that's gonna be a really interesting one to pick up. It's called Mech Breakers. Mech games are coming back, man, and that's what I think I really like. I like the fact that Mech games are coming back. We got Daemon X Machina 2 that's supposed to come out at some point and talk about. Speaking of, I really hope that comes in the next direct. But with that being said, Armored Core.
They need to make a better Godzilla game if they're doing all these mechs, because I really want to. I just want a good little kaiju type of game, and the closest to that was, remember that Godzilla game for the GameCube?
Yeah.
That was like the closest that we had. That was all right. That was dope. That was straight. But like, since we having all these mechs and stuff like that, I'm like, dude, I need a kaiju to pop up out of nowhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because the last kaiju style fighting that we had was Bayonetta 3, where you had to basically do the rock paper scissors.
Oh
joint.
yeah.
Let me see here. Andre said, but the vampire said every reflects the universe from the series. Mech games are a lot. Yeah, for life. Triple M said, I seen somebody streaming this not too long ago, an arena mech shooter. Okay. So do you want to like Persona? Okay. So they're going back and forth about Buffy. Trinell said, I like giant robots. You like giant robot chicks. Dick giant robot. Yeah, I know Mega. So yeah. That's a Cartoon Network classic. Pilots are very good looking. Hipsters, the thing with Max games that always look great in trailers, but in reality, I'm just awkwardly floating about the same as David X Buggy. That's funny. Gundam Warriors needs it. Yeah. He would say that. Gundam Warriors needs to exist. It is. It does.
It is. It's like
it
three
does.
of them.
Three
It's
of
like
them.
three.
Yeah. FL said Bloodstain is going to have an update coming soon, and we'll have paid DLC and have a Shantae. I think I definitely had seen that. Yeah, so a nice little trailer for us. That I'm gonna keep eyes on that. I'm hoping that it comes to PC because it had the PlayStation logo on it, but that could have been just them trying to show off a third-party game and get the clout for it. Chanel said, sad thing is Nintendo has 2 mech games, but none of them are on the Switch. Xenoblade Chronicles X, right, and Custom Robo. Yeah. I was just playing Custom Robo the other day. It's not back here. Is it? No, it's not back there. It must be up in front with the Wii, but I play it through the Wii. But yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles X is never coming to the Switch. Maybe the Switch 2. I highly doubt it if it has the same setup. That game may just die on the Wii U. So with that being said, let's talk about these Switch rumors. Uh, we've got the Switch 2, and a lot of people believe that it's coming out in 2024. I myself believe it's 2025. I'm a stick to those guns. If it is 2024, that's what's up. We'll have a new system this year. I will eat that humble pie too as well. I will publicly say I thought it was. I mean, last year I was saying it was 2024 until closer towards the end of the year, and I was like, nah, definitely going to be 2025. Especially with the numbers, but a lot of people think that Nintendo doesn't really care about being the greatest sold console ever, and maybe to an extent they really don't. But with that being said, Andre said, calling it out now, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 X2 is going to be a year two title for that. I wouldn't mind that at all. I hope you're right. And if it's coming from Andre, it's gonna happen because that man he speaks
Nostradamus.
Yes, he knows what he's talking about. If you could hit likes on a comment, I would hit 2 likes on there. So we've heard a lot of rumors in between when the Switch 2 kind of fell into place of that's where they're moving to.
No way. Hold on, real quick.
Yeah,
Knuckles got a series coming out.
yeah.
Yo,
You ain't see that?
Nah, well, I'm looking at it now, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna review that on the next Vitaverse.
Yeah, it had whose song does he do? Nuck If You Buck. Nuck If You Buck is like the little theme for that trailer.
I can see
Like,
that.
Nuck If You Buck, boy. Why they do that to him? Knuckles, Nuck If You Buck, like
Hey, I mean, you know, it fits.
yeah, it does. They silly. They silly for that one. Yeah, so Switch 2 rumors have been around since the beginning of time, but they originally were as Switch Pro rumors. And then we moved on to no, it's not Switch Pro. It's actually going to be, they changed it into Switch 2. Blah, 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 blah. So we're going to go over, that's my wrong screen. That's the wrong screen. Which screen did I have? Oh, I went over the screen. Okay. We're gonna go over. I don't want to say everything we know about Switch 2 because I feel like that's everybody's like title. Switch 2 rumors. Everything we know so far. We know nothing. Like, we literally know nothing. But we could still talk about it. Brendan said because it makes sense. Give Crime Mob their flowers. Right. Yeah, give them their flowers. Give them flowers.
Yeah, we knucking and bucking and
Right. FL said no. Andre said my only problem with Knuckles as of late is that they keep making him more of a buffoon instead of him just being naive. Yeah. I really don't like that either. Because I always felt like Knuckles was smart. He was just really not gullible is not the right word. He was too trusting of everything. He took everything for face value. Recently have played physical games coming in Fatal Frame, Master of the Lunar Maiden. Okay, Crisis Core, love Crisis Core. Slave Zero X, yo, that game. I was trying to tell Juice about that game on the podcast this past Monday. That game, that's that deal. Dead Cells, Melody of Pain Edition. Okay, yeah, I like Dead Cells too. Nope, I saw Switch X's next March. I say Switch. Thank you. Finally, somebody's in my group, and out of anybody, it's got to be the man who speaks the future. I'm saying that it is next March too, Andre. We are both in the same group. Check that out though. Slave Zero X. It's in the style of like the old PlayStation games. The style is hot. It looks really good. and I played a little bit of the demo too. It's really fun. So let's just get into some of these rumors, man. So we know nothing. Again, I should say that, but the consensus is that Switch 2 is going to be coming out this year.
Mhm.
See, every how we did this, everything we know
Ooh.
about.
My bad, y'all. I'm watching some sports. My
You
bad.
good? Yeah, now people are saying that the Switch 2 reveal could be next month. I don't think.
Next month.
Yeah, because it's March.
What if it's tomorrow
Right.
during the Super Bowl?
Oh my gosh,
That would be crazy.
I'd be mad because I would have missed it.
I'm gonna call you like, oh,
Right.
oh.
You gotta see, and this is why we need to. This is why I need to put on the shorts, man. But you know you gotta be all in them, like you know when something crazy go down, and you gotta be all in your microphone and your phone's microphone, be like, oh god, bro, everything. If this man don't back away from his mic for a minute so I can hear what he said. Like, come on! They did this whole thing! You missed the whole thing! Oh! And then you hear the person like get way away from the mic because they're talking to somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah, I know that's crazy. I'm trying to tell him too. Hey, run that back so I can see it again. I'm about to tell him everything. That's real crazy. That's real crazy. I'm about to tell you everything. Yeah, I heard that. And I'm like, bro.
Here you go. Hey, you know what's crazy? It's on speaker the whole time.
Yeah. Bro,
So
back away
speaker,
from the speaker, man.
like, bro, come on, like, bro, just do this. Stop.
They like,
Hold on. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm gonna FaceTime you. And look, then they FaceTime. He'd be like, yeah, dog. You know what I'm saying?
with the ear and everything. You're like hello, hello, hello. Yeah, I can hear you. Huh? Man, there's something wrong with this phone.
Yo,
There's
that's,
something wrong with hello.
hey, real talk. That's my dad. He FaceTime me. I'll be like, what up, Dad? He'd be like, yeah, can you hear me? I can see. Back up. Like, Dad, call me. Your FaceTime is not working. I can't see you. I'm sorry, Dad. I can't see you. I see something, bro.
So quiet. I don't know why he been. Hello. Yes, I hear you. Hello. Man, this boy gonna miss out on every. Hello. I hear you. Just say what you're trying to say. I think something wrong with his phone. I swear, there always be something wrong with it. Hello. Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm gonna hang up for him. You don't deserve it.
Why you hang up? You know what? I'm gonna drive all the way over to where you're at so I can tell you what's going on.
Oh my gosh. just try again, man. Just leave me alone. Just leave
That's
me
my
alone.
dad. That's my dad for real. He would do that. Oh my god, and he can't hear anyway too. Like he's losing his hearing. So yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's crazy. But anyway,
Uh,
yeah. So yeah, that'd be crazy if they sit up here and show it tomorrow. Like,
yeah,
like,
that would
I'd be
really
like,
what happened.
I'd be like, what in the world? What makes y'all want to sit up here and show the switch during American
Right.
football?
Right, and it would have to be at the right time because if you catch it, if you do it at the wrong time and not everybody's watching,
Mhm.
like either get it right before the little halftime or like right after the Usher halftime. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Triple, you see the comments?
He said this is actually better than butt tight, right? That's all I can see is your mandible.
Oh, man.
Man, look, this is what we do every single episode. We always got something that's ridiculous. This is why we are host and co-host, man. We always talk about the silliest stuff. And
Crazy
you would think
stuff.
you would think this is only on the podcast, but we do this all the time. Like, we do this all the time. I will tell you, even me and even Brendan do it all the time. Like it's just that's just us. That's our group. Like we just think of the most ridiculous stuff, real life stuff that be happening all the time. It makes you so mad. It makes you so mad, but you know that it happens, and you're like, man, I'm gonna tell this dude about himself when, like, he don't never act like this, and then something exciting happen. I can't get a word out of him. Talk about some hello, boy. You know you on the Wi-Fi, like you know. You on the Wi-Fi. Ain't nothing wrong with nobody's phone.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Right.
Hello?
It ain't even like it's a party over there. It's just you and somebody else. The person in the background going, "Oh, that was nuts!" And you sitting there going, "Hello, hello, 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 hello." Like you know you can hear me. This man playing. Let me call your boy then. You probably the one who can hear better.
Oh, man.
Trinell said these guys, yeah, we are constant, man. Constantly joking. We are some fools, bro. We are some fools. I be tearing up. Got my shirt all wet. Man. Woo. Nose all snotty right now. Just laughing too hard, man. Jeez, oh geez.
Oh,
Yeah, like Jay said, right before halftime would be a good idea, or right after. I think that's when you get the most views. Especially if it was right. I would even say right before halftime, because you know people are like even at home lining up to be like, okay, Ursher about to go on, and you pop that. It's
real.
Yeah. Like I just worked out too, the stomach. Like
yeah.
them laughs aren't just regular laughs. Them are painful.
Them hurt.
Them painful laughs. We be cracking up, and I can't help myself.
I can't stop.
Right.
What's wrong with him? Workout cramps.
So right after too, you would have to like, you know, and this is Ursher, move to the switch. Like before everybody's like, yeah, that's it. Let's go get our drinks and blah 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 and socialize before the game come back. Because people, I guarantee you that drop off rate is really high after people get done watching the halftime show. Can slow down to breathe. Right. No, we don't do that here. We get it all out. We get it all out in one motion, man.
They need to go ahead and play. I mean, if they did it before halftime show, they need to do that so I have something to dance to. You know what I'm saying? The reason why,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like I'm happy for this. You know what I'm saying? So I
If
can be
they
like, this was the best Super Bowl ever.
if they want to be really slick, they can have Ursher have a like a part in the trailer. I
Hey,
mean,
that'd
it's
be
not
fun.
like
That'd be yeah,
it's
like he
not
said.
like it's wild, like it's never happened.
Look, he start off, he got something in his hand, and he's turning
Uh-huh.
around slowly, and it's like
Uh-huh.
it pans it to him. He's like, yeah, yeah, and then it shows like the whatever it
Yeah.
is to switch to, and be
Yeah.
like, oh. Then I call you, I'm like, yo, Brandon.
Turn on your TV now. Turn on your TV now. Oh.
Oh, shit.
This man is going sick right now. Yeah,
my gosh.
I think that would be super nasty because okay, so with the original Switch they had Imagine Dragons do the first things first. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
But if they had Ursher with the Switch and he panned around that, he'd be like, hold on, let me do it for exact verbatim. He'd be like, oh my gosh.
Let the beat drop.
They
Then
did
it
it again,
glitch.
yeah,
Then it glitch
yeah.
back, and he turn around again.
Oh, yeah, he flip it over real slow. Yeah.
Lights going everywhere.
Yeah. And then he just pop up on the stage. They be like, "Yo, that was the Switch 2. I bet you on everything that was the Switch 2. Man's had the Switch 2 in his hand. There's no reason why he would have a regular Switch in his hand talking about, oh my gosh, they did it again. Like, no. That was the new Switch. No, run that back. Somebody put it on record. Somebody run that back for me. No, that was the new Switch. That didn't even look like a regular Switch. That was the new one.
Or he start off like, watch this.
Right.
Next thing you know, it just pop up. Like, oh, snap. Is that it?
No, two. What's that mean?
That's
How
a
they
two.
gonna let-
Oh, that's a two. That's a two. He's talking about Switch.
How they gonna let Ursher hold the Switch? Did he get an exclusive? Where that boy live? People will lose their. No, they would absolutely go insane, man. They would go insane. I don't know what would be a bigger deal, Ursher being on the stage for a halftime show, or the fact that he showed off a Switch 2 with oh my gosh, you know what I mean? Like
But wait, what if they do some old crazy stuff? Because you know, Miss Swift is over in Japan right now,
oh yeah, that's true.
and she's flying over, right?
Yeah.
Or she should be flying back. What if she come and they show her with something, and we're like, man, what's that in her hand?
And she
What is
got-
that in her hand?
I'm pretty sure she likes the game too. I'm
Oh
I'm
yeah,
pretty
she's a
sure
gamer. She's a gamer too. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be I wouldn't be surprised on that.
Dude, I gotta show you. I gotta show you what they have on YouTube right now. They got this dude named, I don't know what his name is, but I think it's like Icy something. But he's supposed to be Taylor Swift's cousin.
Okay. Oh yeah. You sent me the thing, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be dope if. Oh snap! Hey, I'm watching live Quidditch right now, man. Yeah, you know how they play the like Quidditch,
Yeah.
To me, it's goofy because we're muggles and they're on these sticks and they're rolling around with these sticks like this.
Right. Trying to
And I mean,
pretend.
and they getting it too. Like they really out here. They really out here, man.
Let me see. Chanel said bonus points in the song. The sound of the Switch clicking with the Joy-Cons on the console. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Tap, 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 tap.
yeah.
The Swifties would be all over it, but the console would lose street cred with everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, like they sold out. They sold
Yeah.
out. Yeah, but
I
I mean
can see
that
that.
would be. I mean, Japan goes for the biggest artists. They're just pop
Yeah.
culture in general. So
Yeah. Like I said, that's why I think like that Usher move, that would be so stupid.
yeah,
That
would
would
be
be
crazy.
so stupid.
That would
They'd
be
be like,
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like they'll be going crazy. Her parachuting with the console in hand straight from Japan. Oh my gosh.
That oh man, and then have Usher screaming.
Don't let her. Yeah, right.
Oh,
Like he pointing at the sky. She
oh.
parachuting. Oh my gosh.
Let the
Like,
beat drop. She
And
up there-
people still guessing, but then they got red and white fireworks, and they like, oh, that must be for like the Chiefs or the 49ers or something like that. But then you get like a mushroom, like a boom, and it's a mushroom inside, and they're like, what is that? Like, why did they do a mushroom? And then she just parachute down, and when the parachute open, it's got the Switch 2 logo on it, and they like, oh, and they're like, oh, going crazy right now. They
Oh
going
my gosh.
crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
Keep the Swifties away from the.
yeah, absolutely. So as far as like a Switch 2, what do you think a good price point would be? Like if you had to guess a price point.
If I had to guess, I'll say like because they started that one off like that. Maybe,
Yeah,
maybe,
the
maybe,
original-
maybe a good maybe same price as an OLED right now.
Okay, so
About 350.
350, right? Yeah. So that means you would probably drop down like the OLED and the OG Switch
Mm-hmm.
down 50. So
Mm-hmm.
okay. I think 350, 400 is about a good price. I don't know. I'm really iffy on 400 because that's like I want to say that's probably the highest price that Nintendo has priced the console. But then again, 300 was the highest price that they priced the console, and that was for the original Switch. So J Big said 399. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning to that 400 price because that still undercuts the PS5 by $100.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
And the Series X is like it's 349 right now, right?
Is it?
I
The
wanna-
X or S?
The X, because the S is like the cheapest, and I think it's about the same price as Switch Lite. Let's see, Xbox Series X. No, I guess it is 500. I guess it's 500 too.
The X is still 500.
Yeah, I don't want to bother looking at like Amazon or something like that, but GameStop has it at 408, but most of these places have it. Well, Walmart has it at 450.
Is that the newer? Is that the newer one? Like you remember how they came out with the newer?
Oh yeah, you're right. I think it's 450. It looks like a lot of these are kind of sitting at the 450 price. And then he said S. J Big said S is $299. They priced Wii U Deluxe at $350 at launch. Oh, that's right. $349.99. Yeah, you're right. So 400. I think 400 is fair. I feel like that's a safe, especially if you're talking about backwards compatibility. So even if you bought the game but you didn't have enough money to buy like a game to go with your console, but you already had a Switch, you already have games that can work for it. You know what I'm saying? You think it'll be backwards compatible? I think it will. I feel
it should.
Yeah. I feel like if you come in with a sequel now to a system, like backwards compatibility should be somewhat of a thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But the question is like, how would they do the backward compatibility? Like, would they come out with? All right, so here, this would be my question. What would it look like? What do you think it would look like? If we're talking about another portable system, a sequel to, you know what I'm saying, like the Switch or whatever. How would the game, the physical game, be like? Will we have another
like
cartridge
the cartridge
situation?
itself?
Yeah.
I think it'll still be in a cartridge situation because you can make those. Like right now, I think they're using the 16 because I think originally cartridges were 8 GB, and then I think they moved up to 16 GB. But they're still 32 and 64 GB, but those are kind of expensive, or really expensive, one of the two. But even if you're talking about, down the road, will the 32s be really that expensive? To this, like, just as expensive they are, we don't know. But I think if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna have a Switch 2 and be backwards compatible, like, you have to differentiate the way the cartridge looks, or you know what I mean, when you put it in the slot, because you don't want somebody buying a Switch 2 game. I mean, there's no reason why they should, because Nintendo's good at making their boxes distinct. But
Right.
for all giggles, you should be able to distinctly see a difference between that Switch 2 cartridge and the original Switch cartridge. I don't know how that will work with putting it in the same slot. You remember back when they had the
Wii U?
no. I'm thinking handhelds. When they had I want to say, who did it? The DS.
DS.
The DS? Yeah, like, I feel like they had the top, they had like a slot at the top, but there was also a slot for the bottom. Like, if you want to play Game Boy Advance games,
Oh,
you pop
okay,
it
yeah.
in from the bottom
Mhm.
instead of on the top. They can't do nothing like that with the Switch, I don't think. But like, I'm just saying, like, idea wise,
Mhm.
to get kind of around that, I think that's something that they really could do if they really wanted to. Or I guess it could really just be the same cartridge, and they just be like, there's a big 2 on the logo. But I just feel like that's, you don't want to run into PlayStation Portal
Right.
PlayStation
Right.
Portal problems.
Yeah.
Trinell said, keep in mind, if we go with the tradition, every handheld has been backwards compatible with yeah, it has been. Even the Game Boy Color could play the original Game Boy games in color. Um, Not as beautiful colors, but they had some color to them. Andre said it will be. They basically said the successor would be at shortly after launching the Switch, and we know at least that the next one will be using the next step up from the Tegra X1 they use. Fair enough. Jay said just an extra notch on the new Switch game cart so that they can't fit. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. That's what they did with the 3DS. It's like they had, like, I wish I had a cart, but you know how the cartridge looks. Like, it's just that square little piece. But like with the 3DS, like on one end, it would like kind of come out just a little bit more, so you couldn't push it all the way down into like any of the predecessors that kind of use that same function. Um, Andrew said all they would have to do, honestly, is just change the color of the cards. That's true. Make them that red,
Yeah.
or whatever color you want, white, gray for the new cards, and just leave normal black cards for the Switch. Yeah, that could definitely work.
I'll say they should go red. I mean, they should just go with their colors thing.
Yeah, their
scheme,
color
whatever.
scheme. Yeah, red really works. Um, yeah, I think the backwards compatibility is something that's probably going to come with the system. Um, yeah, let's see. Will Switch 2 be digital only, or will it be? No, it's definitely going to be sellable games. They make too much money off of that. I can't foresee them giving up that market, especially with all the numbers that they come up with, like these 18 million for um, Tears of the Kingdom, and like all these Mario Kart numbers and stuff like that. Those are not digital sales included. Those are all physical sales.
Yeah.
So I can't see them giving up. I can't see them just going all digital from that point. He said, Trinell said gold cards for Zelda the nostalgia. No, but what you will get is the next Zelda game on a gold cartridge. That would be dope. I guarantee I can see them sliding that in. Andrew said the red dye might be more costly than standard. Oh yeah, that's true. Well, even if they could do white, I think that would be straight. Let me see here.
Just
I
do
really
them all in different cartridge colors like they did in 64. You know what I'm saying? That would be dope.
Yeah, that would have been real sweet.
Just everybody had their own different, you know what I'm saying, colors and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the standard be like red. Well,
Yeah.
no. Cause like, how was a Pokemon game? What wasn't like one of the Pokemon games like red, like a red cartridge? Was that
Yeah.
Stadium?
Mm, was it? Or was it? No, it was Stadium. I think it was red. There was a few other games. The World Is Not Enough was in blue. Majora's Mask was in gold.
Yeah.
I think also Ocarina of Time might have been in gold if you got like one of the earlier ones, one of the special
Not
ones.
the one I had. The one
I had was gray.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know there was a green one. I can't remember who had the green one. Maybe that was Tony Hawk Pro Skate. No, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 I think was in yellow. So it was Donkey Kong. Pro Skater 1 was in blue.
It was?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay,
I remember that one.
Yeah.
Spider-Man was in red.
Like the sports games were different colors too. I remember that.
Yeah.
Well, some of them, not all of them.
Yeah. Andre said Pokemon Stadium had a gold and silver card. Donkey Kong was in yellow. Yep. I do think they do have special colors for certain games. Red for Mario, gold for Zelda, orange for Metroid. Pokemon could have different colors per game. Yeah. I think that would definitely work. It adds some flair to the system because themes and stuff like that, which is crazy. We never really got themes for the system. I think that they'll finally show up in the next Switch in some sort of way, so you can have your own backgrounds and stuff like that, or a different set of backgrounds. And I think that to even change up that style, I think it would be cool if they had different color cartridges and stuff like that instead of just that normal black. Let me see here. There was one that I was really wanting to. Nintendo is ready to reveal the Switch 2 in March, according to a regular leaker. Let's see who this regular leaker is. Nintendo Switch will launch in 2024. Rumor claims that Switch 2 could arrive in late 2024. Reports that showcase developers at Gamescom. So that was one of the other rumors. I think we even talked about that. Them showing off the Switch to game developers, and I think that was the one where they showed off the Matrix, where it was running on that demo or whatever they had for Unreal Engine 5. Which, I mean, Unreal Engine is supposed to be really scalable anyway, so for all we know, it could have been like the lowest setting of that game. It could have been the most watered down version of that game. The fact that it supports Unreal Engine 5 is good, though, because that means it'll get a lot of support from other games. Now, whether they pretend like they can put it on the system or not is up to them, but that's good to hear. Let's see. Let me get this out of here. Nope, that's not it. I put it. Could reveal next month. Who is the person who said it could? Interest running currently unconfirmed. Switch 2. In the latest episode, Game Talk panel. Oh, Nate the Hate. It was Nate the Hate. The Switch appears to be poised and ready for a reveal or an announcement in March. The linker went on to say Nintendo will announce the Switch 2 in March. Everything I'm hearing dating back to Gamescom last year has indicated something was happening in March. Just that talk has resurfaced in the last few weeks, and it's indicating that the Switch 2 is set for a reveal announcement in March. Nate the Hate stepping out and saying that it's going to be in March. These are reasons why I hope we never get to that point where we're clout chasing and like, yeah, I heard it was coming out at this point in time.
Mhm.
'Cause if you can't back it up and it doesn't turn out to be right, everybody's coming for your head.
Yeah.
Now said colors for the system sadly died from the Wii onwards. The handhelds mostly kept up with it, includes the Switch Lite. That's true. The Switch Lite has different colors too. The blue and the
Oh
yellow.
yeah. Hmm.
Um, Dang, I was trying to think of what I was gonna say right there, but I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, I just don't. I've talked about this numerous times about why I don't think that it's going to get shown off this year, or that it will get shown off this year. I don't think it's going to come out this year. I think they'll run the same operation of showing it off in August or September, possibly even October, like they did last time, and let it drop again next year's March. But he's saying that it's going to be dropping this year's March.
Like the actual console coming out in March. That's what he's saying.
No,
Or
I'm
he's saying
sorry.
the trailer.
I'm messing up. Sorry. No, he's saying that they'll reveal the system in March.
March.
I also don't think I think we've come to an era where showing a console off 1 year and dropping it the next year or dropping it a year after is never going to happen again. Um, I think there's just too much hype and too much expectation. And the longer you let something sit, the
Mhm.
more questions and the more negative thoughts somebody will have about that said system.
Right.
So the Switch got shown off in October. January they had a conversation or a kind of like a reveal or whatever
Mhm.
to talk about the pricing, the tag, like all it could do, all the special stuff, the games and everything. And then it dropped in March. So it was like 3 months to 3 months before they dropped. So 6 months total, right?
Mhm.
I don't think you can do that I don't think you can do that anymore where you can be like, oh, we're gonna reveal it, and like Exodia said, he said E3 is dead, but like showing off a console around E3 time and then being like next holiday is when this system's going to drop. That's a whole year and a half from now. Like most people are going to be like, yeah, we're good. Hey, um, excuse me. Trinell said, I really want to know what is going to be the launch lineup for the next upcoming console. I've heard a few of the Jill podcast members say that they really want it to be Mario
Kingdom
Kart
Hearts.
9.
Mhm.
I don't I don't know if 9 comes out immediately. I feel like it could because Mario Kart is the fastest selling game that and the highest selling game I believe that Nintendo has in its lineup, especially as of recently.
Mhm.
So if we're thinking about that, like if they drop a Mario Kart 9 off of from Mario Kart 8, and I don't think it'll be 9 either. Businesses have a problem with the number 9. I can't remember what it is. It's something to do with superstition. They never pick 9. Um,
Why? Why? What would they say?
I'll read it for you because that's the whole reason why Apple went from the iPhone 8 to the iPhone 10. Let's see the number.
Did Fast and Furious have Fast 9 or F9 or something like that? Or did they totally skip that name too?
Fast 9? I don't know if they did have Fast 9.
No, they did. They did.
Did they?
Yeah.
Um,
So we're talking about products there. Products skip numbers.
let's see. Number Y associated. It's associated with bad luck, basically, and superstition in various cultures and classic music. The curse of the 9 is believed that the Ninth Symphony is destined to be the composer's last. Go to bed.
Wow. That's crazy.
Thank you. Um, yeah, so that's why they skip over it, and it's funny that they do it. Um, I would even say,
I was about to say because like Mortal Kombat 9, they didn't call it 9 either. They just called it Mortal Kombat.
mm-hmm,
Remember that?
yeah, yeah, it's a big
That's crazy.
superstition. Um, on like on elevators too, they have the ninth floor, but um,
Nobody goes to the ninth floor.
no, I think it was. Is it the ninth floor or the 13th floor? But all elevators, if there's more than that many floors, like that's one of the floors that the elevator doesn't go to.
Mm.
Um, it's either 9 or 13. I can't remember. But yeah, so it's superstition purposes. The lineup. I don't. I actually. Exodia said a new mainline Mario game. It could be Mario Odyssey too. I think for more of us fans, I think that's a pretty good lineup. If you started off with the Mario Kart somewhere in that launch window
Mm.
and had Mario Odyssey 2, I think that's a pretty good heavy hitter. We've talked multiple times about Metroid Prime 4 being a launch title.
Hey, they need to come out with a Donkey Kong and a Star Fox launch title.
I would like
Wish
a
they
new
wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do that, but
I need a new. I think I would like a new 3D Donkey Kong.
yeah.
It's about time to get that man his dues.
I
Um,
mean, he one of the most famous characters.
yeah,
We love to see him. Like,
yeah, and he's been ever since like the Donkey Kong 64. He's been stuck on the 2D like
yeah.
2D platforming. Get that man his
Plus,
props.
plus, I mean, he's modeled after Song Wukong, right? Ain't
Hmm.
that like one of his the myth or whatever? So of course, that's one of the popular topics right now because you got Kong, and
Hmm.
Godzilla stuff. Like
Godzilla, yeah, King
it
Kong.
will it will be very very like it'll be a smart idea to like capitalize on that right now with Donkey Kong. Like we
Hmm.
look the age of the monkey, no racial. The age of the monkey is here. Like, come on now, like
Right,
steamroll it. You know what I mean?
right. Yeah, I think that would be a dope idea. It would be really dope if they did Star Fox 2. I don't know if Miyamoto is still like head and running that game. It would be
Hmm.
nice if they handed it off and see what they could do with it. Even if it was in the sense of like Planet, I can't remember the name of that game. Star Fox game. I'm sure Star Fox Adventures. Um, where you can roam the planet as Fox, but you can also jump in the R wing and start flying around and everything.
Hmm.
Um, I think that would be, I think that would be dope, especially because if we talking about if you want to get the graphics heads, the the people who just love graphics and stuff like that, Mario is not going to necessarily do it. Yeah, they showed off like some realism, if that's what you want to call it, in
Hmm.
Odyssey,
Yeah.
but I feel like if you think about it, if you don't have a Zelda title that's at that level, and let's say Metroid, they're sitting on Metroid Prime so till they get more sales from the Switch 2 to show off like a Donkey Kong, which is related to Mario, which is kind of in that same Mario universe. But you're showing like the hair and it actually freely moves on his body and stuff, and he's
Hmm.
moving around in these wild environments,
Yes. Yeah.
swinging like that. That can show like an improvement for the system.
Hmm.
Um, and then with Star Fox, if you're it's an adventure game. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
nobody has really seen Star Fox in a minute. You got a nice new little Star Fox game to enjoy. You can jump in the plane and show off like how detailed the alloy or aluminum or whatever the
Yeah.
wings are made off of.
Hmm.
I think that's really dope. Brand Smith said Star.
Fox Assault 2. Yeah, that would be nice. Trinell said new Kid Icarus would be nice. Shoot if they have the Age of the Monkey Diddy Kong Racing sequel would be stupid. That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Have Conquer and the rest of the team join in, and Rare, if this whole Microsoft going third party thing happens. But yeah, I think that would be a pretty decent lineup, especially coming from
What about Pokemon?
Nintendo themselves.
What you think they'll drop? Maybe just one little
Oh, that's
something.
that's a good question because Pokemon came out. No, it didn't come out last year.
It was
It came out 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2022, and we just got the DLC last year,
the end of last year at that.
the end of last year.
Well,
And
no,
then-
wait. We got the last DLC. We got that first DLC kind of midway in the year.
Yeah,
The last one was at the
end of last year.
Yeah.
So the Pokemon Company, I don't know if anybody follows the Pokemon Company on Twitter, but they actually have shown off 2 videos. I wonder if I can find them. They're not even that long, but we already know where they're going with what they're going to do next. We just don't know in the style of how they're gonna drop it.
Mhm.
Let me see. Where are you? Oh, here they are. So we got this one first. I actually saw them backwards. We got this one first. And then we got this one next. These were both at the same time, February 3rd. Most of the Pokemon heads know that it's going to be a remake here for them.
That's Black and White. Super widescreen mode activated. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I can't help it in that situation. It was I can't remember their names. Rashiram and Zakaram. Yeah. The 2 legendary dragons of Black and White and Black and White 2. So that's instead of coming out with a new game, which is I guess is kind of smart now that you think about it, because the games usually line up with the TV show.
Yeah.
So we haven't really gotten a TV show yet, even though it's already been out. So that gives them time to really, establish the TV show and do all that other stuff before they drop another.
I mean, well, they have other spin-off things. Like they could have came out with Pokken Tournament too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With this new launch or whatever like that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? That can be just a little something to tie. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
just to kind of tie us over until the next actual.
Yeah.
other-
So I think it's possible. I think as far as a Pokemon game, yeah, it's definitely possible. It'll be in launch window though, unless the game comes out. Unless it comes out in November, the console comes out in November-ish, because that's
They should
usually when
do-
they drop
They should
Pokemon.
do a Pokken Warrior.
That's what Jay said. That's wild, man. That would work though. It would actually work though.
Yeah.
Having a bunch of Pokemon that you got to fight against, and then over the top action, Pikachu uses Thunderbolt and zaps, hundreds of enemies at once. Yeah, that would actually work.
Actually, that makes more sense in Pokemon than anything. Like, just having, like, say that we're playing Pokemon, right?
Mm-hmm.
We running through the field. Next thing you know, a Pokemon, bing, you know what I'm saying, just pop up
Right.
on you, dun, 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 and it's that 1-on-1. Well, you notice that they've been trying to, like, implicate, like, the other ones kind of, like, tag along, too, with it, right? That'll be one of them times where it's like, okay, both, and you can only attack one at a time.
Right.
No. Do the warrior thing, you can attack them at the same time.
Yeah.
And you ain't got to worry on turns and stuff. Y'all can just, oh snap, they coming, and that's more realistic. Like you think in real life a Pokemon run up on you, and you got your little Pokemon, and then another one come along. You think they're gonna wait their turns in real life?
Right, they coming for you.
they about to If they act like animals, then yes, they're both coming at the same time.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that would be kind of dope. I think if we wanted to go really wild, if they came out with like a wave race or something like that,
Yeah.
I think for a new system, I think that would be real stupid too.
Mhm.
Like you see the water effects, you know, like,
Yeah, that would be dope. That would be
it's
dope.
real. It's real. My man going through the water like crazy.
Yeah, cause water, like,
We haven't really seen any
we haven't
games
seen
like
any-
really do stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, you may go in the water, you may swim in the water, but we haven't like. And Grand Theft Auto is like what, some years old,
Mhm.
more than almost 10, right? Almost 10 years old, a little more than 10.
I think 20.
So like we haven't really had a game like that to really be riding around on a boat and stuff, other than like games that are really dedicated. So that I think that'd be dope.
Far Cry.
Oh yeah, but that's in like a more of a first person mode, and yeah, but I can see that. I can see that too. Far Cry 6 and Far Cry 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that I think that would be dope if they did something like that. Had their take on it. Now spec wise, I know we don't really talk specs here, but I remember when they were first talking about it, they said that it's not going to quite be the same power as PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, but it'll be along the so prepared to be disappointed because it's going to be more alongside the PlayStation 4. But with that being said, and Andre knows this already, but like comparing apples to apples never really works. Because yeah, it might visually look like the same as PlayStation 4, but like the innards would be newer than a PlayStation 5 and a Series X. So like what I mean by that is like, yeah, it might look this way, but the efficiency of the game is completely different. How the console runs and how it operates is completely different than like a PlayStation 4. Like a PlayStation 4 has to run all these resources to make this happen, but a new Switch barely has to use any of this to make this happen because it's more efficient. So the greatest comparison to that I can think of is like if you had perfect example. If I drive around in my BMW, but I see like this 1980s, 1970s Ferrari out on the street that on the surface has more horsepower than me, but I'm gonna kill them off the line because my car is newer. Like it's built to be much more efficient, even though the face value numbers aren't the same. A V12 engine versus a 4-cylinder car, like that should never happen, right? Depends on what era that's from. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those situations, and especially because the Switch is already a portable system on top of that. So now you're talking about a system that's on par with a full giant system as far as like graphics and stuff like that, but like condensed down into a smaller, like that's impressive. Like that's impressive. We don't have systems like that for that kind of price to tote that kind of power and a fraction of that kind of power. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I think spec wise, it just has to be better than the Switch, and it has to run games decently enough and be able to support more more games. What I think is going to happen though on the gaming side, I don't think all these companies are going to make the same mistake again. Um, I think they've seen how the Switch numbers really drove and moved, and a lot of them jumped on very slowly. But I do think this next time around they're gonna be like, we ain't gonna get caught with our pants down. I really do think that developers are gonna be like, this is the greatest system to ever come out of life. And we've been waiting for this system. This is the perfect thing. We couldn't do enough with the Switch, but now they've given us everything we wanted. You got an extra gigabyte of RAM, but they gave us everything that we wanted. And this system is just a masterful system. We're putting all our games on here. You'll get them day and date. Like, I know realistically that won't happen, but I feel like for a few companies, I think that's something that may change for them. It's like, yeah, the millions y'all was making, and we were saying this game wasn't coming. Yeah, we're gonna start putting stuff over here now. I think that's the smart idea. I think other than that, I know. As for you, how are you feeling? Because I think we've said this before. How are you feeling? Where do you think the Switch will land?
As far as specs
Release date. Release date.
release date,
Yeah.
did I say that before?
You.
Wait. Release date or announcement?
How about both? When do you think it'll get announced, or when do you think it'll be released?
All right, so I think it will be announced. That is kind of. You know what? I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it, because I'm like, I don't know. I would say springtime, beginning of summertime maybe, kind of roughly around maybe the June-ish area or whatever, going into the summer.
Okay.
And then release date will be like close to spring, like close to tax season.
Okay.
Everybody's trying to
Yeah.
get their tax. So I'll say roughly March, maybe the end of February, but definitely March or going into April. That'll seem more realistic. Basically, quarter wise, I'll say the first quarter of the year.
Okay. Showing off, right? Showing off.
No.
Release?
No, shown off second quarter.
Okay.
Release is first quarter of the following
Next year. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the end of the first quarter, going to second, kind of close to the time they reviewed it.
Yeah. Because okay, I see what you mean. Trinell said it cannot be understated the ratio of games to systems, how great it is. Yeah, the ratio to game ownership is stupid. And Mario Kart 8, I think, was like at 60 something million. With it sold, obviously it's number one, but it was like almost a little bit shy of being like half the amount of sold for the overall system, which is crazy. That's a crazy number. Yeah. Okay. So you on the 2025 then?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of. I don't know, man.
Because like this is my thing. Like if it was to release the actual, like the system was to release this year, which some people were speculating that, I would have thought they would have announced it
last year.
Yeah, but third quarter.
Yeah.
Third quarter of last year.
Yeah, because that's how they did. That's how they did last time. That's what I think too. It's for announced March or April, released in late May. Late May of next year or late May of this year. I feel like if we talking this year for March or April to be announced and released in May, that's way too close. I don't think that gives the consumer enough time. But if you're talking about the following, I could kind of see that. But I almost feel like those announcements, the announcing of the game has to be somewhat recent to May 2025. Okay, I feel you.
Mm.
Has to be somewhat recent to when it launches. So like the 6 month window for that. So if you're talking about that, if you're talking about 6 month window, in May, you're talking about like a December or a late November like reveal for the next Switch. Because I think like anything sooner than that, that's just like you're asking for a bad launch. Because people, especially me, don't have money that's like right out the gate like that. If you announced it in March and you talking about next May that it comes out, I'm like, look, I really want to say this money, but it's about to go to other places. I'm just not gonna hold you up. So yeah, I think 2025, man. Exodia, you can jump on the team too. You, me, Andre, and Vito, we all 2025.
In springtime too, like he said in May and stuff. So
He said disagreeing with me is verbatim, Mills. You silly. I don't know if that was necessarily a disagreement more than an adjustment. Yeah, March or well, I don't know about March either because they had already said that they didn't have anything to talk about as far as what was coming next before the end of their like yearly quarter, which is at the end of March. So if it was April, maybe, but I still feel like that's kind of close for having a conversation your with your stockholders, your shareholders, especially if you're doing that at the end of the month. I feel like that's just a little bit close, but you know, it's neither here nor there. You could be right. You could be absolutely right, and I could be wrong. Other than that,
Dude,
man,
this Power World is way too close to Pokemon. Like
I know.
I'm looking at like the boxes and the fact that you can have like you can have 5 pals with you instead of 6. Like that's way too close to Pokemon.
Trinell said, my only concern for the next console is that they said there won't be any gimmicks or focus less on it for the new one. I've always looked forward to the weird connection. Well, hopefully that is HD Rumble and they capitalize on it this time. If we're talking the same controllers, man, I'm so itchy. If we're talking the same controllers, or like upgrades of the same controllers, then HD Rumble should be something that's in them. And if that's the case, then I feel like they should take fully advantage of that. So if we're Trinell, I think if we're talking the Switch and not having any new gimmicks, I think that's true. But I also do think that they're gonna give us the similar style, like a more updated version of the Joy-Cons. But I still feel like they're still gonna have that HD Rumble, and that's the gimmick that really should get pulled because it wasn't being utilized on the Switch with great ideas. So hopefully they go back to that and address that. Other than that, I think we're done, man. We're at an hour and 47. Yeah. Moving on to 11 o'clock. Man, I really appreciate you guys. We end up talking for quite some time, and it used to be down to an hour. We're almost at 2 hours every time. So, awesome job, guys. Awesome job. Thank you, Trinell. Well, let me do my moderator slides. Thank you, Exodia, for coming through. Thank you, Ipsters, for coming through. Jay, really appreciate you. Andre, thank you for starting us off on a high note, getting everybody to hit the like button. That's amazing. Jay Biggs, come in here every week. Really appreciate you. Triple M, showing up every week as well. Thank you so much. A lot of you guys show up every single week, and we really, really appreciate that. Make sure you hit the like button because we're at 15. We were at a high of 21 people. That's crazy. We don't hit numbers like that. That's for the
Yeah,
Joe
one
podcast.
one time we actually hit 20 at one time. I don't remember when it was, but it was earlier last. No, not earlier. Late last year, like towards our. Which one was it? I think it was one of our before the end of the year, like around our Christmas time, which was weird.
Yeah. Like
It was like close to like 20 something. Like,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh my gosh.
we really appreciate you guys. Who else was I was just gonna say somebody else, and I didn't. Dark Boy is one of our moderators too. It was somebody else in here. Oh, Triple M. No, did I say Triple M already? Well, if I didn't, Triple M, thank you for
Triple
coming
M?
through.
Yeah.
Levon Kaysen, appreciate you. Brendan, I really appreciate you coming through. I'm sure he's not still on because it's late, and it's even later in Jersey. But I really appreciate you coming through, and thank you to all my moderators, Brendan, Janelle, Brand Smith, and Dark Void. You guys are amazing. You keep the podcast going, man, and you keep the chat going. So I really appreciate you. Before we get up out of here, Vito, what you got up for us?
So yesterday, I uploaded a video for the Vitoverse, and evidently, one of the trailers I did that got blocked. So it's blocked in the U.S. and Puerto Rico, only 2 places. But guess where half of my viewers are? Here. So if y'all seen it and it disappeared, that's what happened to it. It's underneath dispute right now. So hopefully it'll be put back up. But other than that, I had the on Thursday I had the Vito Variants music covering the Benzino and Eminem recent beef, and Cassius coming out of nowhere and defending M and stuff.
Saw that.
Yeah, it seems like a very weird one-sided beef right now because it takes M a minute to respond because sometimes it's not even on his radar. So, but interesting topic. I also had a live play of Tekken, which sorry if y'all did watch it. The audio, I did not know the audio wasn't on there, so it's about an hour or so, maybe an hour and a half of me playing with no audio. So
wow.
y'all didn't hear audio. I heard it. I was hearing the music. Yeah. So sorry about that, but I'll have it together next week. But next week, Vito Variants live playing some more Tekken, and then Vitoverse live with Sandstorm and Noto. So come out, see what's going on with us next week as far as our trailers, because Super Bowl is tomorrow, so we should have a pretty eventful week. So
so you guys know, as usual, Sandstorm Show at 9:00, 9:05. And every Sunday, except for tomorrow, Winging It Podcast at 7:00. If you didn't catch that earlier, make sure you go over to the Winging It Podcast channel and check that out. I had a really good time, though. A lot of the people in the chat were over there, so appreciate you guys going over there and showing love. Monday we have the Jill Podcast. I'm not for sure if that's running or not. I usually know within like the hour or an hour before whether it's going to be running. So we may be over there, but make sure to follow all those people too. And like Trinell said, Road to 500. So if you haven't had the opportunity to sign up for the Road to 500 giveaway, make sure you do so. And we will actually be giving away a $50 gift card to an individual of their choosing, whether it is Sony, Steam, Xbox, or Nintendo for that. And I'm missing something that I was going to say, but now I can't remember it. Don't remember. But just make sure you guys sign up for that for your chance to win. I will start putting that in the description below because I noticed I haven't been doing that I'll start putting it in the description below so you guys can just click on that instead of trying to go to Twitter. Other than that, thank you guys so much for coming through. We appreciate all of you guys and everything you do and contribute to the Sandstorm Show. We will see you guys later. Peace.